Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Ciara from Ciara T Designs, and today I have my August bullet journal to share with you, so let's jump right in. So as always, I am working in my art journal that I've been working in all year, and I'm going to start with my calendar page. I know this is a step away from the Christmas content I usually do in July, but of course I do need my bullet journal. You guys know I use this all month, all year actually. It's one of my most useful creations in organization, so I still am going to share this with you. But you will get another Christmas video on Monday, of course, and then we only have one video left, and that will not be Christmas. That will be the 5 cards 1 kit from Simon Says Stamp, as long as it shows up on time. So it probably will. You guys know I do all my stuff editing in advance, so I don't have the kit as of while I'm editing this video, but I should hopefully have it in my hands way before you guys actually see this video. So I am starting out by drawing my calendar. This is always kind of my preferred way to start my setups. I draw out my calendar for the month, and then I decorate this page fairly heavily just because it's kind of the only page that I don't need more so for organization or lists. So I like to draw the calendar out mostly dominant on one side or the other, and I alternate every month just because that kind of works for me. And I like to make my squares 6 by 6. That works beautifully for my journal, and then I kind of just, as I said, decorate around it. And I am using my ruler again because it's really difficult. This journal is getting quite thick, and it's kind of like lumpy because of what I've got going on in the other months. So on that left-hand side, it is kind of difficult to get everything to lay nicely. So using my ruler just is a little bit easier to make sure I get somewhat of a straight line. And then you saw me bring in the 8x8 paper from Stamperia. This is the Master of Magic collection. I'm going to use the 8x8 paper, the paper cutouts, the washi pad, the rub-ons, and the ephemera. So I have the whole collection, and I've been just kind of waiting to use it because it has such a fall feel. And I feel like August is a good month to kind of start going into that more fall-esque color palette. So I'm really looking forward to using this, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I love Stamperia stuff. They always have such beautiful colors and collections, and I was just really happy with this one. So I did kind of get to play with all these different elements from the collection. I am not sure if it's still available. If it is, I will always have everything I've used linked and listed down below, as I always do in every video. But it is an older collection, and I just hadn't used it yet. It's been in my stash for a while. So I will, of course, always link everything that I can link down below for you guys. So I did miscut that one area. I did pretty good. I only miscut one area, and I do try to measure out everything. I tend to eyeball stuff, so that's where I make miscuts, but I didn't, what do you do? I try my best, and usually it turns out pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. I did just curve the corners. I lost my word there. I had to cut the paper off because of course it's squared there, and the journal itself has those rounded corners. So I just cleaned that up with my scissors. And then for my numbers, I'm going in with my Ombre Orchid set. I thought this pinky red color was stunning with these papers because they kind of lean a bit that way anyway. So I thought that was really pretty. And I have used these numbers in other spreads before. That's why you can see that I am missing some because I've used them before. So I do 5 colors in my ombre when I do my sticker sheets. This is a sticker sheet from my shop. It's available to purchase if you want to go check it out. And I did start with the second color. So I went, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then I used the first color to finish off the month because I had used all 5 in a previous spread. So I thought this was a really great way to kind of just finish off the months, and it still has all of the colors, which I'm a big fan of the ombre sheets. They're one of my favorite things in my collections, and this color palette's really, really pretty, so I quite enjoyed that. But yeah, so I just stuck down all of the daily stickers, and then I actually forgot to do the days at the top, and I had to go back and do that later. Normally I would do it here, so I wasn't laying all of this ephemera stuff on top of the stickers. I would have, already laid out the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday days, but I kind of forgot. So I had to go back and add them. In editing, you're going to see that it looks like I didn't forget, but I forgot. But that's okay. So these pieces are actually from the die cuts, and they come beautifully. And then butterfly that's sitting on the hat, it's actually from the ephemera, so it has a different sheen to it. I don't know if you can tell too well until I actually hold up the page, but if it catches the light, it has more of a pearlescent finish to it, whereas everything else is kind of a matte finish. And then the cards are from the washi tape pad, so they kind of blend in beautifully with everything else. And then of course August is from my titles, my monthly titles. I have them in all colors. I like to use the black one because I think it really pops, but you could use orchid, you could use any color. I have all the colors. And then I just kind of added a couple of steampunky pieces with this because it does lean quite a bit towards the steampunk aesthetic. And here I still haven't realized that I forgot my, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I completely forgot. So I actually moved forward, and I had to go back and add it later once I realized something was missing on this page. So I did bring in some of these tiny sparkles because I was like, there's not enough white and black on this page, forgetting that I still needed the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all that. That's okay. I added it right here. It worked out perfectly, but I did actually move forward in the journal, and I'm just adding this back in where it actually belongs. So I want you guys to know I make mistakes too, or I just forget things. You're so focused on what you're doing that sometimes I just randomly miss things, and that's kind of what happened here. But I did add all of the days of the week on the top there for the calendar, and then we're going to move on to my other spreads. Now, if you guys have seen any of my bullet journals, you know that I love to do my lists in geometric shapes. That's just kind of my preference. You don't need to do that. You could absolutely just make lists. But I like to create kind of like geometric boxes around them. So that's what I'm doing here. I've penciled it out, and then I'm just going over it with 2 different sizes of marker to create some thickness in between the lines because I like that look. I think it looks really neat. So I start by just drawing out the squares around the outside, and then I draw the lines on the inside with a different size marker so that I can have, like I said, some thickness between the lines, and that just creates interest. So I believe I used a 0.5 for the outside lines, and then the inside lines I used 1. So it's like double the thickness, and that just creates some interest there. And I will use I believe I used a 0.03 to write the numbers later. You'll see that kind of when we get into it. But I created these boxes throughout. So this is going to be the box that's for my brain dump at the end of the spreads as well, and it will go on the other side of the page here as well. So I, for this page, have 3 lists that I keep. The first one is meals. That's what I'm kind of drawing that second line highlight right now with my Tombow. I think the gray looks really pretty, so I've been using that quite a bit lately. And then I use the top one on the right-hand page for content and the bottom one for tasks. So I like to break down my months so that they make sense to me. And I don't like to do food waste. That's why I do a meals tracker on the left-hand side. But you could easily change that in to be so many different things. You could do like a 1 line a day where you just show your gratitude. You could do finances. You could do a spending log. You could do, there's so many things you could do in these boxes instead. So just cater it to be whatever you need it to be. This just happens to work for me. So I like to do the meals, as I said, on the left-hand page, and I write out a meal plan for every week so that we use all our groceries and I don't have to worry about waste because I don't enjoy wasting food. It really upsets me. So I try really hard to keep an eye on that and make sure that we're using what we have in the house, especially vegetables. And then on the right-hand page, like I said, I do a content. So all of my videos for the month go there. Generally, I try to brainstorm ideas. I'll sit down and brainstorm ideas and write them out. And then I'll record them, and then I check them off there so that I know what I have recorded, where I'm at, especially in the summer because I do some traveling. So I house sit for my parents because they like to go on a trip, and I do a bunch of stuff throughout the summer. So I try to be really far ahead on everything that I'm working on. And then I'm working on my fall stationery launch. So I have that going on. And then that's where the tasks kind of come in. So that's where I write overall tasks that I want to accomplish in the month. So like say in August, I want to, get my seasonal content completely finished, that stationery collection. So I know I need to draw the postcard. I know I need to order the washi tapes. I know I need to, so on and so forth. And then I'll take those larger tasks and I'll break them down over the weeks of the month. So it's kind of how I make that work. And then here you can see I'm writing out all of the days of the month so that I can do my meals planner. And I did use the coordinating orchid stickers for this. I have the medium alphabet for meals and then the small alphabet for tasks and content. And then here's the rub-ons that I brought in from that same collection. I just loved these windows. I thought they were stunning, so I couldn't refuse using them. And so I just cut them out, and then I'm going to rub on the rub-ons with my ball tool. This is the original Tim Holtz one. I think it has been discontinued, but anything you could use here. You could use the back end of your reverse tweezers. You could use really anything you want to use. You're just trying to transfer the image to the actual paper from that backing sheet. So there's no right tool for this. So that's just what I happen to go for because it specifically was designed for rub-ons. And you can tell this is sped up because look at my hand go. But you can use anything. Like I use the back of tweezers sometimes. Then I start to lift it, double check that everything is staying where it's supposed to. And then I can set it back down if it is trying to lift up where it's not supposed to. But I love rub-ons because they end up looking like they belong on the page. They just like meld with the paper. And it's such a beautiful thing and it doesn't add any bulk either, which seeing as we're, more than halfway through the year with me doing August in the journal, this journal's getting very, very bulky. So I'm trying to kind of find fun ways to add decoration that aren't going to add a ton of bulk, because it's already stretching the elastic to close. So that's going to be really interesting. It is hard to believe I'm creating August already. I know I say this all the time, you guys, but time flies and it's always a little bit shocking because it feels like I blink and I lose a bunch of time. And then for my weeklies, so I opted to split some of the month out. So I have the first day of August in the end of July because I like to keep my weeks together. So I have, because I run my weeks Sunday to Saturday, sorry. And so I start my weeks on Sunday. So for me, because the month actually started, I believe, on Saturday, I left Saturday with the July pages. And then the same thing's going to happen with the end of the month. So I believe the 30th and 31st are Sunday, Monday, and I will put those in with September's calendar when I make it. So that's kind of how I've made this work. So you're going to see this calendar start on the 2nd and end on the 29th. Instead of the actual days of the month. And then here I have 2 washi tapes. So the scripty one is from Anna. She's phenomenal. She currently is still on mat leave, so I cannot share her shop with you guys just because it's currently closed. But I think she's going to plan to open fairly soon, I think. So I will link to her shop regardless. Just know that you can't actually currently buy the washi tape. But the washi tape beside it, that really pretty ombre grid, of course, was mine from the Tulip collection. I am so in love with it. I want to make a fall version of it to go with my mushroom collection that I want to do for my fall stationery. So I'm really excited about it. I love a good ombre in a grid. It's just such a beautiful background piece. Like this one's vibrant, so it catches your eye, but I want to kind of do it in jewel tones for my fall stationery collection. We're going to see what happens because I'm not there yet. But for every page, I ripped the larger tape from Anna's shop and I adhered that to the center, and then I used my grid washi tape to go right beside it, and I thought it created such a pretty look. And of course my washi tape you can purchase from my shop. It is ciaratdesigns.com, and then it's under stationery and washi tape, so you can go check it out. It will be linked and listed down in the description as always, as are all of the stickers of mine that I'm using in this. They're always listed and linked. You can go and check them out if you want to, and I would appreciate that. It means the world to me. I cannot wait to see you guys using the Tulip collection. It has arrived. Everybody keep in mind I work in advance. For me, currently it is July 7th. So when you guys see this, I think it's like the 23rd or something. But for me, because like I said, I have to do a bunch of traveling this month, I had to get really far ahead on my videos. So I would be home now recovering from my cover up of the tattoo on my left wrist. If you guys caught my last video, I mentioned that I am getting the tattoo that you guys see on my left wrist all the time covered up. I'm changing the look. I've never been happy with it. It's a cover-up of a cover-up, actually, which is kind of funny. So I will speak more about that. I think I'm going to do like a behind-the-scenes video where I'm actually going to show you guys my tattoo kind of up close, and then I'll show you the new tattoo as well. Well, we'll see. I really want to do behind-the-scenes videos, but I have to get ahead on some other stuff first. So Bear with me, but I'm working on that. So I would like to show you kind of an in-depth look at, the change of the tattoo and tell you a little bit of the story around it and kind of talk about that with you guys. But just be aware that depending on when the 5 cards 1 kit box shows up, because as of now, like I said, this is the 7th, it has not shown up yet. So I cannot create the last video of the month. So every other video for this month has been already created. I'm editing them all today. The ones that I have left anyway. And so that means that video, depending on when it shows up, I might have my new tattoo. It just really, I don't know about the timing yet. So we shall see if I have time before I go on my little vacation. I have a family reunion and I'm getting the cover up done while I'm while I'm in that city. So really excited about it. But as I said, I will probably film a behind the scenes and talk to you guys more about it in depth, and we can, you'll get to see both the old tattoo. I'll tell you about it, and then the new tattoo when I do the actual cover up piece, and that'll kind of be really fun to share with you guys. But here I cut out some washi tape stickers from the washi pad to add to the corners of the pages. I thought that would be a fun addition and use a few more of the floral pieces. And then of course I also went in with the Orchid Days of the Week in serif to add that onto the days. And then here we're on the last spread. So this is my brain dump spread, as I call it. It's kind of just a spread that focuses on anything that's, plaguing my mind that month. Sometimes I use it to doodle. Sometimes I jot down more journaly things like how I've been feeling, what's been going on in my life, that kind of stuff. Sometimes I jot down ideas that I'm working through. If I have an idea for a painting I want to do, or something I want to add to the channel, or how to work through something I want to add on the channel, like behind the scenes. It's just, sometimes it's a recipe. Like it's so random what ends up on these pages. But I just call it my brain dump because I kind of treat it as just a catch-all for everything that's floating around in my head at the time. So I brought out those same stickers. This is the medium alphabet in Orchid, and I just wrote the brain dump at the top. Here, Aqua was just checking out what I was up to. And then I cut out a couple more of the stickers from the washi pad to decorate this. The imagery is just so pretty that I couldn't resist adding a little more decoration than I usually do to the spreads, but I just wanted to have that really fun elements throughout the collection. So it was kind of just a fun way to decorate everything. And then that's kind of the whole August bullet journal setup. So I'm going to show you a close-up look at everything here. We're going to flip through it. And I love how it turned out. I'm really excited to use these pages. And here you can see the finish is a little bit different on that butterfly, just because it was from the die cut, or the ephemera, not the die cuts. So kind of fun. And then of course I have those little sparkles throughout the spreads as well. And it just adds a little bit of whimsy. But there's nothing like filling the monthly spreads and then getting to enjoy them. And that's kind of one of my favorite parts of this. But that is what I have for you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you leave me a like, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday, and there's one Christmas video left to enjoy, so I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me your favorite writing emoji. So a pen, pencil, anything like that. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.